Welcome everybody. We're at Decker's Nursery. We're going to try something a little bit different this year. I'm really excited about everything that we're offering. The weather's cooperating. We're getting ready. We're entering the Easter holiday this week, and we have so many unique things. I couldn't write about them all, so I thought it might be fun to do an unpacking, if you will, or a video of everything that's available currently. One of the things that we try to do each year is to get people excited a little bit earlier so that you can expand your growing season and have more enjoyment and pleasure with the landscape. So I'm going to show you a few new unique plants and some of the other items that we have throughout the store for this time of year. Right now we're standing in the rose garden, and this is where we like to display a lot of the flowering trees, the weeping cherries, the red buds and dogwoods are soon to bloom. We're very close to that. A lot of you know those are native trees, so those are something to consider for your landscape if you're a native enthusiast. The magnolias often get a bad rap because when it's excessively cold, sometimes we lose the flowers, but the saucer magnolias and the star magnolias are a great addition to any landscape, and this might be the year where you want to consider one of them. Okay, we call this area the rose garden because the roses are going to all be displayed out here. We're starting to increase the selection of roses, so if you're a rose enthusiast, now is a good time and you have the best selection at this time of year. Two of the shrubs. So flowering shrubs are one of my favorites. I really enjoy talking to people about them because a lot of people don't consider them as enhancements for the landscape. So they're a very important category that solves a lot of problems. I wanted to show you the camellia. So camellias are, they do thrive here on Long Island. You want to make sure that you get them in a specific type of environment, which we'll help you with, but they're one of the first plants to flower each spring. This is one of the pink varieties. I think it's Long Island pink. And then I had to share the quince with you. We bring these in every year and people forget about them, and these actually have the ability to produce a fruit that's good for making jams and preserves. So most of you know the forsythia, and flowering almonds are about to bloom. This is a great plant to use. You can use it as a perennial in your perennial gardens. You can use it as a border planting, and they are in the cherry family, so they're about to perform and give you a big pop of color. So you can see these are all plants that we kind of forget about because we aren't active in our gardens until the temperatures are going up. So as the temperatures go up, we tend to get more active in the garden, but doing a little work now can really make a nice improvement to any landscape. So anyway, I could go all day on trees. It's a great time to plant. It's a common question. The best time to plant is yesterday. So I'm going to share some of the annuals with you now. So the spring annuals are different from the flowers that most of us wait for. Okay, so the last average frost date on Long Island is April 20th. That's the average, okay? So when that date arrives, it's less likely that the summer annuals will be damaged. However, what a lot of us forget to do is plant pansies, and to plant some of the osteospermum and ranunculus, and even bulbs, daffodils and tulips are prime at this time of year, again, you'll get the best selection. So since the weather's been cooperating, we brought in some snapdragons, and it's just an array of color. So with these plants, what you want to be aware is they perform better in cooler temperatures, especially the pansies. So they're a fun plant to get. They give you a little bit of happiness when the weather's not cooperating, and you just do a small planting of them, either in your containers or in your flower beds, and they're sure to brighten any day. Okay, what we're going to do next, so as we prepare for Easter, you can see we're getting a lot of the hanging baskets in. We're going to have a bigger selection this weekend. So it's a good time to just start getting color into the landscape. So now we're standing in the vegetable and herb area. So anyone that's been here before, this is such a popular category for us. And we take a lot of pride in working with the growers, making sure we have a great selection of all the vegetables. Right now, we're dealing with the cool weather vegetables, the lettuces, the kales, spinach, snap peas is a good time to plant all of those. And these are plants that are going to give you a crop to harvest sooner. There's no need to wait for the warm temperatures, the tomatoes, the peppers. If you're an avid gardener, and I mentioned this in my last email, now is the time to get your leafy vegetables started in the garden. And they're going to grow, and you'll be able to take them and cut them and use them in a salad, later in the month or the beginning of May. And then as the warm temperatures come in July and August, you replace them with other warm weather vegetables, peppers, tomatoes, as I had mentioned. So this is a great way to expand your gardening experience by using the cool weather vegetables. Okay, and we do have the majority of our plants are grown organically. Okay, we do have a choice of conventional vegetables, but organic has become so popular, and we work really hard at having a good selection of these on the table. So as we progress down the front of the property, the next category that's often forgotten with the cool weather is perennials. So what I'd like to remind everyone is that you were in last year and you forgot to buy the creeping phlox early enough to get in your garden. So we buy truckloads of creeping phlox to make sure that we have a good selection. So over here on the tables in front of me, we have an array of different creeping phlox. So it's such a popular plant, and they go quickly. So, and this is the plant that you see. It kind of spreads out across the ground, has a big pop of color that lasts several weeks depending on the temperatures. And you can use them in your gardening beds. You can use them as a border plant, and they're just hardy, durable, and fun to have. But everybody forgets to plant, and it's really, breaks my heart in May when we're not able to offer them to you because we can't get any more. So don't forget about the creeping phlox this year, but don't forget about the other early blooming perennials. This is one of my favorites. This is columbine or aqualesia. It comes in a lot of different colors, bicolor with a pink and a yellow. They come in a really pretty blue color, and these can tolerate a little bit of shade. So columbine is often an answer for those of you that come in and don't have a lot of sunlight. These will naturalize in your perennial gardens and in your flower beds. Dianthus is another one, and most people think of this later in the season because you'll get an early bloom with dianthus, then you can cut it back and it will rebloom. So, and you can see the foliage is also very pretty and attractive. It has a nice nice silvery color to the foliage. So that's something that you can enjoy all summer long. This year we were able to get the primrose in, and they're kind of hard to get our hands on right now. But this is a ballerina variety of primrose. So I have several of these in my yard because they just give me that early color that I enjoy so much. Growing your own food has become very popular. So we made a very concerted effort on expanding our selection of fruit trees. And we have apples, pears, cherries, plums, peach, nectarine. So if you are interested in doing any fruit trees, now is a really good time to get started. We have a selection where if you need a pollinator, we make sure to have the pollinating companion plants for all of the fruit trees. So if that's something you're interested in, now is a really good time. You're going to have the best selection, and we hope we can help you with that. I just wanted to take a moment and share the nursery yard with you. Every year, this is my pride and joy. This is why we do what we do. And it really is so rewarding when people come just to walk and learn about trees. So this year, we have one of the best selection of trees and shrubs. Whether you're doing a screening tree along the perimeter of your property, we can help you with that. If you're interested in doing a flowering tree or a shade tree, another good selection. Native plants, we're waiting on that delivery, but that selection is going to be bigger than ever this year. And it's just a beautiful place to walk. If you have any desire to make improvements into your landscape, we would love walking around with you and giving you some ideas that are going to meet your objectives and make your property more enjoyable. So let me share the next room with you. So this is a room that just brings joy. All of you that are interested in container gardening or want to expand your container gardening, the pottery selection this year takes up 3 rooms, and we have every finish that could be imaginable. So this is a lightweight pot. It's made out of a fiber clay, and you can see it's just a very simple design and solid color. So these will work in almost any setting. They can go indoors, but they're made to withstand the weathering of winter conditions. So and we've expanded this selection a lot this year. So if you're looking for that special piece to bring your garden and your outdoor living areas together, we'd really enjoy sharing all of the selections with you. I'm standing behind one of our long-term product lines. So this is from Pacific Home and Garden. All of this pottery comes out of Vietnam, and you can see the really bold colors, the nice finishes. These pots are made to withstand winter conditions as well. So you can put an evergreen in here so that it's there year round, or you can just rotate your annual flowers so that you're sure to have color year round. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the beginning of the Easter week and the holiday season. One of our big favorites is the garden in a basket, and we'll be making dozens of these this week so that you have something to share with your family. If you're a guest at a friend's house, this is a great grab-and-go item that we'll have on the tables with a mix of all the different seasonal bulb flowers, some of the early spring and spring annuals. So this is a nice gift that you can select here at the store all week. We've taken a little time this year to give you a nice selection of Easter items that are sure to brighten anybody's home. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed a few minutes walking around the garden. We really look forward to you coming in and sharing some time with us this week. We will be hosting the first annual Easter egg hunt this Saturday, beginning at 9:30. You can enroll. We do have to limit participation, but you can enroll in that on our website. Okay? So thank you for joining me. I hope that this inspires you, whether it's to plant a tree or to plant some cool weather vegetables or try some of the spring perennials. We really look forward to helping you. I'll look forward to seeing you in the garden.